In Rwanda, the elections are over and voters are overwhelmingly endorsed President Paul Kagame for a second 7-year term. Now it's back to the business of nation building. In part 2 of my interview with the Rwandan Ambassador to Washington, James Kimonyo says President Kagame places great importance on unity and reconciliation.
The foundation of RPF and President Kagame in terms of rebuilding Rwanda was to bring together our society and create mechanisms and instruments to make sure that we foster this reconciliation process. And we are seeing positive results. Makori, imagine losing 1 million people in 3 months. How many people participated?
Yeah, but also building that identity, comes with a lot of discussion, healthy debates, and sometimes disagreements. People who, even in the past, were in the government, examples are people like Joseph Sebarenzi, would say the government does not tolerate that.
Sebarenzi should probably talk about his background, because the reason why he fled, he was actually, let me tell you one thing that has been challenging for President Kagame. On one hand, he was dealing, after genocide, he was dealing with the extremist Hutus who wanted to bring back genocide. There were also Tutsis who were not happy to say these people, including Sebarenzi himself, killed our people. Why is it that they are coming freely, they are coming to the government? So, and he had to fight those forces to make sure that they understand the common cause of the country.
Talk about Paul Rusesabagina. Initially, President Paul Kagame, in fact, commended him for what he did at Hotel Rwanda. Later on, because Paul also used the platform he got to kind of be a little critical of the government in Kigali, he became a bad person now.
We do not have any issues with Paul Rusesabagina. When Paul Rusesabagina joined forces with people who committed genocide, remember Paul Rusesabagina has been signing affidavits to defend the top criminals in the history of genocide in Rwanda. That's when we started raising our concerns. And he went ahead and started denying genocide. But that would be okay. He has his own views, and he's entitled, completely entitled to his own views. But when it comes to the point where he starts supporting the terrorist group that is declared to be a terrorist group not by Rwanda but by the US and the United Nations, and I have evidence, I can give you one evidence, and you question that kind of action, people do not focus on that. They focus on the fact that you are doing it because it is opposed to the government. Why is it that, because we've been asking our partners across the world, that if we are joining the forces internationally to fight terrorism, why is it that you're not questioning this individual?
Maybe it's about the timing, why it comes up at a particular time, especially at the time when these men try to criticize the government.
There is an assumption that once you become a politician, then you have the immunity. And that Rwanda cannot have a system where we are going to check your background. The vetting process that is in place to make sure that you have credible, high-integrity politicians must be enforced. Because even here in the US, people lose their ministerial appointments because they did not declare their taxes. Okay? Why is it that I cannot ask you about your background in terms of participating in genocide or doing something wrong?
You seem to have issues with other organizations, especially human rights organizations, to an extent that actually you have accused some of being complicit to the genocide itself.
I personally, in 2008, December, met the late Ison DeForge, and I had evidence from our intelligence institutions that showed the meetings she attended with the groups, the individuals who were indicted by the ICTR for having committed genocide in Rwanda. So when I see something like that, as much as I may appreciate your role as a human rights person, then I start questioning your morality and integrity and impartiality in terms of addressing the issues of human rights in Rwanda.
Ambassador Kimonyo says the world should appreciate just how far Rwanda has come since the genocide and the challenges it continues to face in achieving unity, reconciliation, and prosperity.